Okay, random question. Two cars, same price, same engine, same features. One just sits like 3 inches higher. Why does everyone suddenly act like that one is superior?
Because high ground wins. It's basic strategy. Star Wars taught us this.
I walked into that one.
You absolutely did.
But yeah, that's the thing. People feel different sitting higher. You can see over traffic. You feel bigger, like you're in control of the chaos instead of drowning in it.
So when someone says, I just like SUVs, what they actually mean is, I like feeling tall.
Sometimes, yep. Not always, but a lot of the time it's psychological. It's visibility. It's perceived safety. It's image.
Oh, this episode is gonna start arguments.
Good. Because car body styles aren't random. Every shape exists for a reason. Engineering, culture, lifestyle shifts, it's all baked into the metal.
Okay, but explain this to me. Why does everything on the road now look like the same tall jellybean?
Because the market drifted toward the middle, crossovers basically became the default human transport.
See, even that sounds dystopian. Default human transport.
It kind of is, but that's why we're here. We're breaking it down properly. Sedans, coupes, hatchbacks, wagons, traditional SUVs, crossovers, pickups, vans, fastbacks, shooting brakes.
Pause. Shooting brakes still sound fake.
They're very real and weirdly elite.
Of course they are.
Point is, we're not just naming them. We're talking about what defines them, why they were created, who they're actually for, and whether they still make sense today.
So not brochure talk?
No brochure talk, real-world logic.
Okay, good, because half the time I'm like, is that an SUV, a crossover, a hatchback that started going to the gym?
Honestly, that's a fair question. The lines blurred hard in the 2000s.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Don't. We'll keep it simple. Think of it like this. Body styles are just different solutions to the same problem. Move humans and stuff.
Some solutions are emotional, some are logical.
Exactly. Coupe, emotional. Van, pure logic.
Minivans are spreadsheets on wheels.
And yet, they're kind of genius.
We're not defending minivans yet. Calm down.
Fair.
All right, intro time before we derail completely.
Yeah, good call. Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Welcome, welcome. You're listening to Solo Filler.
I'm John.
And I'm Lily.
And today, we're unpacking every car body type explained. What each one is, how it evolved, who it's really for, and whether they still make sense today.
So, we're decoding the car multiverse.
If you've ever looked at traffic and thought, why does every car look the same now? This one's for you.
And if you enjoyed two friends arguing about cars while you drive your own,
Hit like, subscribe, share it with someone who thinks crossovers ruined everything.
or someone who thinks wagons are secretly elite.
Both valid.
Okay, car nerd, where do we begin?
We start with the old king, the shape that ruled for decades.
Ah, yes, the former champion.
Chapter 1, the sedan. So, Chapter 1, the sedan.
Yeah, the sedan. The car that raised half of us.
That's not even exaggerating.
No, seriously, if you grew up in the 90s or early 2000s, your family either had one or your friend's family did.
Yeah, for decades, the sedan wasn't just popular, it was the default. If someone said, draw a car, you'd sketch a sedan without thinking.
So what actually makes it a sedan? Because visually, it's just standard car shape.
All right, here's the key thing. It's what's called a three-box layout.
Gamer terms, break it down.
Picture the car split into three clear sections. Front box, engine, middle box, passengers, rear box, trunk. And that trunk is fully separated from the cabin.
So the trunk isn't just space, it's like its own sealed room.
Exactly. There's a solid structure behind the rear seats. That separation helps with noise, too. You don't hear road sprayed and tire noise as much from the back.
Oh, so that's why sedans feel kind of insulated.
Yep, quieter, more refined. That layout also made them easier to engineer back in the day. Structurally stiff, predictable, stable.
So this wasn't just design tradition, it was engineering convenience.
Very much so. And because they sit lower to the ground, they have a lower center of gravity,
Which means...
which means less body roll in corners, better high-speed stability, more aerodynamic efficiency.
Translation, smoother, less floaty, more planted.
Exactly. On highways especially, sedans feel locked in. Crosswinds don't bully them as much as tall SUVs.
Okay, so they're quieter, more stable, and more fuel efficient. Why did the world abandon them?
They didn't disappear, the market just shifted.
Shifted how?
Back in the 50s and 60s, sedans were status symbols, clean lines, formal presence. Then from the 80s through early 2000s, they hit a golden age. Super comfortable, reliable, refined.
Corporate core era.
Exactly, the executive standard. A separate trunk even felt more professional. Your luggage and documents were hidden away, climate controlled.
Sedans were wearing suits.
That's actually a perfect way to put it.
So who buys them now?
Long-distance commuters, people who rack up highway miles and want efficiency and stability. They're usually cheaper to buy, insure, and fuel than similarly sized SUVs.
Budget-conscious adulting.
Also, driving purists. Sitting lower gives you better road feedback. It feels more connected.
Like cockpit energy instead of balcony seating.
Exactly. You're in the road, not above it.
All right, hit me with the downsides.
Limited vertical space. That trunk opening is restricted by the rear window. Tall plants, big dog crates, boxed TV, good luck.
So sedans and IKEA are not friends.
Not close friends.
And getting in and out, I've noticed older people struggle with that low seating.
Right. You have to drop down into a sedan. Crossovers are easier to step into because your hips are level with the seat.
So convenience-wise, sedans take an L there.
In everyday chaos, yeah, a bit.
And resale value hasn't been amazing lately either.
True. Demand shifted toward crossovers, so depreciation hits harder in some markets.
So what's the final verdict?
The sedan isn't dead, it just became a specialist vehicle. It thrives in luxury and performance. Physics still favors a low, sleek shape, especially for speed and EV range.
So sedans went from everyone car to intentional choice.
Exactly. If you buy a sedan today, you're choosing efficiency, driving dynamics, and style over maximum utility.
Respectable, slightly stubborn, but respectable.
And that sets up the opposite philosophy.
Oh no.
Next up, the car you buy when you prioritize emotion over practicality.
The coupe.
You already knew. So, Chapter 2, the coupe.
Ah yes, the I don't need back seats car.
Or at least, I don't need usable back seats.
Let's be honest, those rear seats are decorative.
In a lot of coupes, yeah, they're what we call 2+2 seating. Technically 4 seats, realistically 2 adults and maybe a backpack.
So what officially makes something a coupe? Just 2 doors?
That's the core definition. 2 doors, fixed roof. Historically, the word comes from the French coupe, meaning to cut, as in cut the rear seats out of a carriage.
So it literally started as deleting space.
Pretty much, and that philosophy stuck. A coupe is shaped around aesthetics and driving feel, not maximum practicality.
Which explains the dramatic roof lines.
Exactly. Coupes usually have a fast-sloping roof that tapers aggressively toward the back. It looks sleek, low, purposeful.
And slightly hostile to tall passengers.
Very hostile.
So besides looking cool, what's the engineering benefit?
Shorter wheelbase, fewer doors, often a stiffer chassis. That can improve steering response and handling feel.
So lighter, tighter, more responsive.
That's the idea. When you remove 2 doors, you remove structural openings. That can make the body more rigid.
And rigidity equals better cornering vibes.
Yep, less flex, more precision.
Okay, but let's be real. People don't buy coupes because of torsional rigidity numbers.
No, they buy them because they look fast standing still.
Exactly. Coupes are emotional purchases.
Historically, they were the reward car, the one you bought for yourself, not for your kids, not for errands.
Main character arc unlocked.
Exactly. From the 50s through the 90s, coupes symbolized youth, freedom, individuality.
And slightly irresponsible decision-making.
Sometimes.
So who actually buys them now?
Enthusiasts, people who prioritize driving feel over logistics. Empty nesters, singles, weekend warriors who want a second car just for fun.
So this is not the haul furniture vehicle.
Definitely not.
Hit me with the downsides.
Rear seats are cramped, the long doors are heavy and awkward in tight parking spots. Insurance companies often classify them as sports cars, so premiums can be higher.
Oh, right, the insurance tax for having fun.
Exactly. And daily practicality takes a hit. Loading a child seat, you're doing yoga.
So coupes are beautiful, dramatic, slightly inconvenient.
That's a fair summary.
Are they dying, though? I feel like I see fewer true two-door cars now.
They're definitely shrinking as a category. Sports sedans now offer almost the same performance with full practicality. And then there are four-door coupes, which kind of blur the definition.
Which feels like cheating.
A little. But it shows something important. People want the coupe look without sacrificing doors.
So the coupe today is kind of a statement.
Very much so. If you buy a true two-door coupe in 2025, you're signaling that you value personal experience over compromise.
Translation, this car is for me.
Exactly.
I respect it. Slightly impractical, but respectable.
And now we pivot.
To something practical?
Very.
Oh, are we going hatchback next?
You're on a roll. All right. Chapter 3. The hatchback.
Ah, yes, the car that said, "What if trunk, but bigger?"
That's actually not far off.
Okay, but define it properly before I roast it.
Fair.
A hatchback is what we call a two-box design. Instead of engine, cabin, trunk being separated like a sedan, the cabin and cargo area share the same space.
So the trunk and passengers are roommates.
Exactly. And the key feature is the hatch. The rear door includes the back window and lifts upward, giving you a massive opening.
So instead of a little mail slot trunk, you get the whole back wall opening.
Yep, way more vertical access. And most hatchbacks have rear seats folding.
Ah, transformer mode.
Exactly. 1 minute it's a commuter car, next minute you've basically got a mini cargo van.
Okay, wait. Why were these so popular in Europe and Japan compared to the US?
Post-war city design. Narrow streets, tight parking, limited space. People needed small cars that could still carry a lot.
So compact footprint, big brain storage.
Exactly. It's space efficiency. By removing that physical wall between trunk and cabin, you get more usable volume and a shorter car.
So hatchbacks are kind of the Swiss Army knife of cars.
That's actually the perfect analogy.
Who were they really for?
City dwellers, budget-conscious buyers, students, people who want flexibility without SUV bulk.
And hot hatch people.
Yes, the hot hatch crowd.
Explain that in non-car nerd terms.
Okay, take a practical hatchback, add a turbo engine, sports suspension, aggressive styling, suddenly you have 300 horsepower in a grocery getter.
So it's chaos disguised as responsibility.
Exactly.
All right, what's the catch? There's always a catch.
Noise. Because the rear cargo area is open to the cabin, you hear more road and tire noise.
So less insulated than a sedan.
Right, and security can be a concern. A glass hatch window is easier to break into than a sealed metal trunk.
So your groceries are one smash away from freedom.
If you leave them visible, yeah.
Anything else?
In some markets, especially North America, hatchbacks were unfairly labeled as cheap economy cars for years.
Ah, yes, the stigma era.
Exactly. But globally, they hold value well because they're always in demand.
So are hatchbacks dying like sedans?
Not really. They're evolving. A lot of so-called subcompact SUVs are basically tall hatchbacks.
So hatchbacks went to the gym and added ride height.
That's one way to put it.
So verdict time?
Hatchbacks are the ultimate urban survival vehicle. Small outside, big inside. Not glamorous, but incredibly smart.
So logical choice, slightly chaotic if turbocharged.
Very accurate.
And now I'm guessing we stretch that roofline even further.
Oh yeah.
Wagon time, isn't it?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Now, Chapter 4. The wagon.
Ah, yes. The car that raised millennials emotionally.
That's oddly specific.
Wood-paneled sides, road trips, someone fighting in the third row. Trauma.
To be fair, that was peak wagon era. Before SUVs took over, the wagon was the undisputed family hauler.
Okay, define it properly before nostalgia derails us.
Right. A wagon, or estate in Europe, is basically a sedan where the roofline keeps going. Instead of dropping into a trunk, it extends all the way to the back.
So sedan, but elongated?
Exactly. You keep the low ride height and car-like handling, but you get a big two-box cargo area in the rear.
So it's like a hatchback that committed to growth.
That's actually accurate. Hatchbacks are short and vertical. Wagons are long and horizontal.
Which means what? Longer floor space?
Yep, that's the key. Wagons are amazing for long items, skis, surfboards, big dogs, strollers, because the cargo floor stretches out behind the rear seats.
So instead of stacking stuff upward like an SUV, you lay it flat.
Exactly. And because it sits low like a sedan, it handles way better than a tall SUV.
So no top-heavy wobble.
Right. Less body roll, better aerodynamics too. Wagons are usually more fuel efficient than similarly sized SUVs.
Okay, but if they're more efficient, handle better, and carry a ton, why did they lose?
Image problem.
Oof.
In the US especially, wagons became associated with uncool family car. Then SUVs showed up with rugged styling and higher seating positions.
So wagons were practical, but SUVs looked adventurous.
Exactly. Even if the SUV never left pavement.
So who still buys wagons now?
Enthusiasts, active families, dog owners, and what I call the anti-SUV crowd.
The hipster engineers.
Kind of. People who understand physics and prefer lower centers of gravity but still need cargo space.
So wagons are like secret menu cars.
That's actually perfect. Most people forget they exist, but the people who know, they know.
What are the downsides?
Length. They can be long, which makes tight parking slightly trickier than a compact hatchback. And in some markets, availability is limited because manufacturers stopped offering them.
So you might have to hunt for one.
Exactly. But here's the twist. Modern performance wagons are insane.
Oh, here we go.
We're talking supercar-level horsepower in something that can carry groceries and a dog at the same time.
So dad car, but it can gap you at a red light.
Precisely.
That's actually kind of elite.
It is. Wagons might not dominate sales charts anymore, but they've evolved into premium, enthusiast-focused machines.
So verdict?
The wagon is objectively logical and secretly cool. It gives you SUV space with sedan handling.
So it didn't lose because it was bad, it lost because marketing won.
That's one way to put it.
And now I'm guessing we go to the thing that actually replaced it.
Oh yeah.
Big, tall, commanding presence.
Chapter 5. The traditional SUV. Chapter 5. The traditional SUV.
Ah, yes, the highway skyscraper.
That's not even unfair.
This is the one where you sit so high you can see someone's life choices through their sunroof.
Okay, relax.
No, but seriously, this is where the commanding driving position thing comes from, right?
Exactly. Traditional SUVs sit high, very high. And historically, they're built on what's called a body-on-frame platform.
Truck bones.
Yes. Think pickup truck underneath, passenger cabin bolted on top. It's literally truck architecture.
So this isn't just tall for fun, it's structurally different.
Very different. That separate steel frame is designed for durability, towing, and actual off-road abuse.
So mud, rocks, snow, trailers, this is their natural habitat.
Exactly. Traditional SUVs were originally tools, military routes, agricultural routes, utility first.
And then the 90s happened.
Yep, the 90s SUV boom. Suddenly, everyone wanted the rugged look even if they never left pavement.
So this is when the big equals safe mindset took over.
That perception played a huge role. Bigger vehicle, more metal around you, higher seating position, it feels safer.
Psychological armor.
Exactly. And families loved the visibility. Being able to see over traffic reduces anxiety.
So who actually needs a traditional SUV today?
People who tow heavy things. Boats, horse trailers, big campers. Also, people who genuinely go off-road.
So not just gravel driveway warriors.
Right, real capability use cases.
And large families?
Yes, traditional SUVs often have legitimate third rows that can fit actual adults, not just kids.
Okay, now the downsides, because I know there are some.
Fuel economy. They're heavy, they're shaped like bricks. Physics is not on their side.
Aerodynamics left the chat.
Pretty much. Handling also takes a hit. High center of gravity means more body roll.
So less corner carving and more boat vibes.
That's fair. And parking, not fun in tight city spaces.
I've seen SUVs hanging halfway out of parking spots. It's a lifestyle.
Exactly. Size is both the appeal and the inconvenience.
So are traditional SUVs still relevant, or did crossovers replace them?
They're still very relevant, but they've shifted roles. They're no longer just tools. In many markets, they've become luxury flagships.
So heated leather seats, but still able to tow a boat.
Exactly. They went from muddy workhorse to suburban status symbol.
So the verdict?
If you need real capability, heavy towing, serious off-road, durability, a traditional SUV makes sense. If you don't, you're probably paying a fuel penalty for the vibe.
So it's power and presence at a cost.
That's the trade-off.
And now we talk about the one that looks like an SUV but isn't really one.
Exactly.
Chapter 6, the crossover.
Now this is where things get interesting. And now we move to Chapter 6, the crossover.
Yes, the imposter SUV.
Not an imposter, more like evolution.
Nah, this is the one that cosplays as rugged but lives exclusively in parking garages.
Okay, that's fair, sometimes.
So what actually makes a crossover different from a traditional SUV?
Structure. That's the big one. Crossovers use unibody construction, the same basic platform as sedans and hatchbacks.
So no truck bones.
Right, no separate frame. The body and chassis are integrated into one structure. Lighter, more efficient, better ride quality on pavement.
So it looks like an SUV, but underneath it's basically a tall car.
Exactly. It's a hatchback or wagon wearing hiking boots.
That is the most accurate description so far.
And this is why crossovers took over. People loved the height and visibility of SUVs, but hated the fuel economy and truck-like ride.
So manufacturers said, what if we give you the vibe without the drawbacks?
Yep, that's the Goldilocks formula. Not too big, not too small, not too thirsty, not too cramped.
Which explains why literally everyone owns one now.
Pretty much. In 2025, when someone says they bought an SUV, 90% of the time they mean a crossover.
So this is the new default human transport.
It officially replaced the sedan as the standard family car.
What are the key traits?
Moderate ride height, higher than a sedan, lower than a truck-based SUV. Hatch-style cargo area, usually front-wheel drive by default with all-wheel drive optional.
So AWD for rain and snow, not for rock climbing.
Exactly. Most crossovers aren't built for hardcore off-road use.
But they feel capable.
And that feeling sells.
So who is the crossover actually for?
Honestly, almost everyone. Small families, first-time buyers, retirees, urban drivers who want visibility and practicality without driving a bus.
It's the compromise car.
Yes, the master of none, good at everything.
All right, what's the catch?
They're not as fun to drive as a sedan, not as capable off-road as a traditional SUV, not as spacious as a minivan.
So it's mid at everything, but safe.
Safe is the key word.
And let me guess, they all kind of look the same.
That's another downside. Because they're chasing the same middle ground, design has become very homogenized.
Tall, rounded, slightly aggressive headlights. Repeat.
Exactly.
So, verdict time.
The crossover won because it balances ride height, efficiency, ease of use, and versatility better than anything else.
Not the most exciting, not the most extreme.
But good enough at everything.
So crossovers didn't win by being the best,
They won by being the safest bet.
which honestly tracks for modern buyers.
And now we swing to something that refuses to compromise on utility.
Oh, hell yeah, the I can lift more car type.
Chapter 7, the pickup truck.
This is about to get loud.
So now we enter Chapter 7, the pickup truck.
Oh, here we go, the I can tow that machine.
even if they never actually tow anything.
Listen, the empty bed is part of the aesthetic.
That's unfortunately accurate for a lot of modern trucks.
Okay, but structurally, this one's basically the cousin of the traditional SUV, right?
Exactly. Body-on-frame construction, heavy-duty steel frame underneath, built for hauling and towing first, comfort second, historically.
Historically.
Right, because modern trucks, heated leather seats, panoramic roofs, giant screens, they're luxury lounges now.
So we went from hose it out after work to don't crease the leather.
Pretty much.
Okay, define the obvious part. What makes a pickup a pickup?
2 sections, enclosed passenger cabin in the front, open cargo bed in the rear. That bed is the defining feature.
The metal bathtub of productivity.
Exactly. You can throw mulch, lumber, dirt bikes, tools, stuff you'd never want inside a crossover.
So this is pure utility energy.
That's the origin. Farmers, ranchers, construction workers. It was a work tool.
And then marketing discovered vibes.
Yep. In certain markets, especially, trucks became lifestyle statements.
Rugged, capable, slightly intimidating in the rearview mirror.
That presence is a huge part of the appeal. You sit high, you're big, you feel dominant in traffic.
So who actually needs a pickup?
Contractors, landscapers, tradespeople, anyone who uses the bed daily. Also people who tow heavy trailers regularly,
And then there's the once-a-year hardware store crowd.
which is a very large group.
All right, pros first.
Unmatched utility. You can carry things that simply don't fit anywhere else. Massive towing capacity. Strong resale value too. Trucks tend to hold value extremely well.
And modern crew cabs are huge inside.
Yes, some have more rear legroom than luxury sedans.
Okay, now the downsides, because I know they're coming.
Fuel economy, they're heavy and not aerodynamic. Parking in cities can be painful. They don't fit everywhere comfortably.
And safety conversations get complicated when you're that tall and heavy.
Right, larger vehicles change crash dynamics, especially with smaller cars and pedestrians.
So the pickup is either the perfect tool or complete overkill.
That's a fair way to frame it.
So what's the modern verdict?
The pickup has evolved from pure workhorse into a luxury flagship in many markets. It's not just a vehicle anymore, it's identity.
It says, I am capable, even if you're just picking up groceries.
Exactly.
And now we pivot from rugged to maximum interior volume.
Oh yes, the one who told the pickup, you can handle the out-of-city stuff, so let me handle the in-city package delivery stuff, and basically took a whole container of boxes in his backpack and just ran off.
Weird analogy, but yeah. Chapter 8, the van.
And this one's about to hurt some feelings. Okay, Chapter 8, the van.
Oh no, the final boss of practicality.
Objectively, yes.
Socially?
That's where it gets complicated.
Because the van is either genius level parent or I have fully surrendered my coolness. There is no middle.
And that's unfair, because from an engineering standpoint, vans are ridiculous.
All right, define it properly before you start defending it like a lawyer.
A van, whether minivan or full-size, is basically a one-box design focused entirely on maximizing interior volume. The engine is pushed forward, so the rest of the vehicle becomes usable space.
So instead of trunk plus cabin, it's just one giant room.
Exactly. Flat roofline, tall sides, massive sliding doors.
Sliding doors are elite. No door dings, no awkward kid flinging it open into a BMW.
That alone is genius engineering for families.
So what made minivans explode in popularity originally?
The 1980s revolution. They combined garage-friendly size with bus-level interior space. It gave families exactly what they needed without going full-size van.
So, living room on wheels.
Pretty much. And because they sit low to the ground, they're easy to step into. Way easier than tall SUVs.
So, toddlers, grandparents, groceries all just slide in.
Exactly. And many minivans have removable or fold-flat seats. Some can fit a full 4x8 sheet of plywood.
Wait, that's actually insane.
That's what I'm saying. Interior cubic feet per dollar? Vans win.
So, who is a van actually for?
large families, shuttle services, tradespeople who need enclosed cargo, and now van lifers building mobile homes.
Ah, yes, the Instagram cabin on wheels crowd.
Exactly. Full-size vans especially are blank canvases for campers and mobile offices.
Okay, hit me with the downsides.
Image. The stigma hit hard in the 2000s. SUVs looked rugged and adventurous. Vans looked domestic.
So they lost the marketing war.
Completely. Also, they're not designed for spirited driving. They're tuned for comfort, not carving corners.
So not canyon run material.
Definitely not.
But from a logic standpoint,
They make more sense than most SUVs for family duty. More space, easier access, often better efficiency.
so the van is objectively smarter, but emotionally harder to sell.
That's the perfect summary.
So verdict?
The van is the final boss of practicality. Once you experience sliding doors in the rain, it's hard to go back.
I hate that you're right.
And now we shift back towards style.
Oh, good. My ego was starting to hurt.
Chapter 9, the fastback.
Ah, yes, the dramatic silhouette car.
And now it's time for Chapter 9, the fastback.
Ah, yes, the car that looks fast even when it's parked at a grocery store.
Exactly. This one's all about silhouette.
Okay, define it before I start calling everything sloped a fastback.
Fair. A fastback is defined by a single continuous slope from the roofline down to the rear of the car. No clear trunk step, no boxy cutoff.
So instead of sedan with a backpack, it's one smooth line.
Exactly. Think teardrop shape. Aerodynamics love that.
So this isn't just aesthetic drama, it actually reduces drag?
Yes, that long tapered roof helps airflow stay attached longer, reducing turbulence behind the car.
So less air chaos, more efficiency.
Right. And historically, that mattered in racing. In the 1960s, racers realized that traditional notched trunks created lift at high speeds. Fastbacks kept cars more planted.
So science and style had a meeting.
Exactly.
Now here's my confusion. Some fastbacks have 2 doors, some have 4. What's the rule?
Door count doesn't define a fastback. The roofline does. You can have 2-door fastbacks or 4-door ones.
So it's a vibe classification.
Kind of. It's about that uninterrupted slope.
And some of them are liftbacks too, right?
Yes, many modern fastbacks hide a hatch under that sleek shape. The entire rear glass lifts up.
So you get hatchback practicality disguised as luxury sedan energy.
Exactly. Hidden utility.
All right, who buys a fastback?
Style-focused professionals, people who need 4 doors but refuse to drive something that looks conservative.
So anti-dad sedan energy.
Exactly. Also, performance-oriented buyers who like high-speed stability and aerodynamic efficiency.
So it's the compromise between coupe drama and sedan responsibility.
That's a great way to put it.
Now give me the downside, because that roof has to steal space from somewhere.
Rear headroom. Tall passengers might not love that sloping ceiling.
So tall friends sit in front.
Exactly. Rear visibility can also be limited. That shallow rear window creates a narrow view out back.
So parking sensors are your best friend.
Very much so.
So verdict time.
The fastback is thriving. It's basically the modern evolution of the luxury sedan. Buyers want 4 doors and utility, but they also want a car that looks athletic.
So the industry said, fine, we'll give you both.
Exactly. And now we take that roofline idea and make it weirdly elite.
Oh, yes. Chapter 10, the shooting brake, the weird one.
This one's about to get niche. Chapter 10, the shooting brake.
The weird one.
The elite weird one.
This sounds like a special move in a Victorian hunting game.
That's not far from the truth.
Okay, pause. What even is a shooting brake?
At its core, it's a mashup. Traditionally, it's a 2-door sports car with a wagon-style rear.
So coupe in the front, wagon in the back.
Exactly. Performance car proportions up front, extended roofline and hatch at the rear.
So it's like a wagon, but it refuses to look responsible.
That's a good way to put it.
Where did this even come from? Because it feels random.
Early 1900s British aristocracy. Wealthy hunters, shooters, wanted stylish cars to drive to country estates, but with enough rear space to carry gear and dogs.
So rich people problem solving.
Exactly. They would take a high-end coupe and have custom coach builders extend the roof and reshape the back.
So this wasn't mass production, this was bespoke energy.
Very bespoke. For decades, shooting brakes were niche, custom-built machines.
Okay, so who buys one now?
Wealthy enthusiasts, people who already own multiple cars and want something unique. Design-focused buyers who think SUVs are too common and wagons are too ordinary.
So this is, I have taste and money.
Pretty much.
What are the pros besides flexing?
Exclusivity. You won't see many on the road. Stunning proportions. You get sports car handling with extra cargo usability compared to a standard coupe.
So golf clubs fit, but in style.
Exactly.
Downsides?
Price. They're expensive because they're low volume and often based on premium sports cars. And despite the wagon rear, they're still not as practical as a traditional estate.
So it's functional, but not fully logical.
Correct. It's emotional practicality.
Which feels like the theme of this entire category.
It kind of is.
So verdict?
The shooting brake is probably the coolest body style almost nobody buys. Enthusiasts love the idea, but very few people actually sign the check.
So it's a handshake car.
Exactly. If you see one, you know the driver is deep into car culture.
And now we zoom out.
Yeah,
Because we've basically covered the entire body style spectrum.
which means it's time for a nice tie-in.
The at the end of the day chapter.
Yep, let's wrap it before closing the box on this video.
Okay, now, big picture time. The conclusion, if you will.
The what did we just learn chapter.
Exactly. Because when you zoom out, all these body styles aren't just random shapes, they're trade-offs.
Yeah, every single one sacrifices something.
Right. Sedans sacrifice vertical space for efficiency and handling. Coupes sacrifice practicality for emotion. Hatchbacks sacrifice insulation for flexibility.
Wagons sacrifice marketing appeal for logic.
Traditional SUVs sacrifice fuel economy for capability. Pickups sacrifice maneuverability for utility. Vans sacrifice cool points for maximum brain power.
And crossovers sacrifice identity?
They sacrifice specialization. They're the middle ground, not the best at anything, but good enough at everything.
Which is why they won.
Exactly. The modern market shifted towards psychological safety and versatility. Higher ride height makes people feel secure. Hatch-style cargo makes daily life easier.
So the world optimized for comfort and convenience.
Pretty much. The 20th century was about status and formality, the sedan in a suit. The 21st century is about flexibility and lifestyle, even if that lifestyle is just commuting.
So half the time we're buying the idea of adventure, not actual adventure.
That's a big part of it.
And then you've got the specialists.
Exactly. Wagons for the anti-SUV crowd, coupes for the purists, shooting brakes for the elite weirdos.
Said with respect.
Absolutely.
So at the end of the day, your body style choice basically tells people what you value.
Yes. Efficiency, image, capability, logic, emotion. It's all visible in the silhouette.
So when someone says it's just a car, it's never just a car.
Exactly. It's priorities on wheels.
And honestly, none of them are wrong.
That's the key takeaway. There's no universally best body style, just the one that fits your life and your personality.
Unless you're trying to fit a couch in a coupe.
That's on you.
So the real question isn't which body style is best,
It's what kind of driver are you?
specialist or generalist.
Yeah, whatever you choose is whether it's practical or looks good. As long as it's something you want, or is something you need, or just, I bought this because I like how it looks, there is probably a type that will work for you.
And that wraps the box on every major car body style.
We really went from NPC sedan to aristocratic shooting brake.
We covered the entire automotive personality spectrum.
Low and logical, tall and commanding, weird, and elite.
Exactly. And if you made it this far, you officially care more about car design than the average human.
Welcome to the club. We meet on highways and argue about rooflines.
Before we head out, if this episode helped you finally understand the difference between an SUV and a crossover,
Or if you're now reconsidering your life choices because vans are objectively genius.
go ahead and hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who thinks all cars are basically the same.
Or send it to that friend who keeps calling their crossover an SUV.
That's a public service.
Also, drop a comment. What body style are you driving right now, and are you actually using it the way it was intended?
Be honest.
No judgment,
Maybe a little judgment.
just a tiny bit.
All right, that's it for this one.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
We'll catch you in the next breakdown.
And until then, drive safe.
And choose wisely.